What's up, guys? It's I'm back here with another video, and in today's video we are going to be doing the Monday Night RAW review from August 26th, which was yesterday's Monday Night RAW if you guys are watching it today. And they were in New Orleans, Los Angeles, New Orleans, Louisiana. So let's get down with their review. So first we had Sasha Banks start off the show and address why she has been gone. It's because she apparently was jealous of Becky Lynch and all the attention Becky Lynch has been getting. And so then Natalia came out and these two were going in a brawl, and it was absolutely it was actually interesting to see these women brawl. It was kind of weird that Sasha Banks was going when she came back. She went straight after Natalia, because we've never seen really anything bad with them before Sasha left. So it was kind of weird, but I just don't know. But this was a pretty interesting segment to start off the show. And then so we've seen the King of the Ring tournament continue with Ricochet and Drew McIntyre facing off in their first round match, and the ending was completely surprising. This match was obviously a great match because we all know both of these in-ring competitors are great in-ring competitors, and I was surprised by the ending because if you guys watched my King of the Ring prediction video last week, I had Drew McIntyre going to the semifinals, and Drew McIntyre just lost in the first round to my whole tournament has been messed up, first with Kevin Owens last week and now with Drew McIntyre this week. But yeah, so Ricochet is now moving on to the quarterfinals. No, is this the quarterfinals? No, he's moving on to the quarterfinals next week. So then we see Miz against Baron Corbin in a first round match of the King of the Ring tournament. This match was pretty good. I thought it was going to be better than I thought. And of course we haven't seen Baron Corbin in a very long time, so it was kind of refreshing over the past 2 months to not see him. But now he's back in the King of the Ring tournament, and he won this match with the End of Days. And then after the match, he put on the crown and he held the scepter, which is pretty bad luck because you're not supposed to touch or hold the, like they say in hockey, you're not supposed to touch or hold, or I don't know where they say this, but you're not supposed to touch the trophy before you win it. So maybe he just cursed himself for the next round. Next up, we've seen Bayley against Nikki Cross. Again, we've seen this match before on SmackDown Live, and we've seen it on SmackDown Live. I think we've seen it once on Monday Night Raw. I do not know. But, of course, Bayley won this match with a elbow drop. I think Bayley is not going to use the, Bayley to belly anymore. She hasn't really used it that often in her matches. She's usually used the, elbow drop, so I do not know, but I think the elbow drop is a more devastating finisher than the Bayley to belly. Next up, we've seen the biggest tag team turmoil match in WWE history with 8 teams. So the 8 teams were the Revival, the OC, Gallows and Anderson, Hawkins and Ryder, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, Heavy Machinery, the Viking Raiders, and Lucha House Party. Those are the 8 teams. So it originally started off with and the B team. I forgot about the B team, but it started off with the Viking Raiders and the B team. And the Viking Raiders finished the B team quick with time, with a Viking experience. And so the B team was eliminated. Next came out was the OC, and this match, we didn't really get to see much of this match because it ended in a double disqualification because all members of the team were in the matches when it was only supposed to be one person from each team. So that match ended in a double disqualification. So both teams were eliminated. So that means two new tag teams were gonna start off this match, and it ended up being Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode versus the Lucha House Party. That's when we came back from the break. And then so Dolph Ziggler and Roode have never been in a tag team together, so this was kind of this was their first time tagging with each other. And they were pretty impressive. You'll find out what happened to them later on, after we get to the end of this matchup. But the Dolph Ziggler pinned, I think it was Kalisto, with a super kick, so Lucha House Party was eliminated. Next up was the Revival, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. And this match was pretty good. It was a short match, but it was a pretty good short match. But unfortunately, the Revival couldn't pick up the win. So Robert Roode did pick up the win in this match with a glorious DDT, and the Revival were eliminated. Next up, it was Hawkins and Ryder coming back. I thought Hawkins and Ryder were going to win this match. My top two teams were Hawkins and Ryder and the Viking Raiders. But fortunately, Hawkins and Ryder didn't win because Dolph gave Zack Ryder a super kick, and Hawkins and Ryder were eliminated. And next up, we've seen the last team entering was Heavy Machinery. It was either Heavy Machinery or Dolph and Roode. One of them was going to be number one contenders. And we've seen one of the most shocking things of the night. Actually, I think it was the most shocking thing of the night. Was that Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler pulled it off, and they are new number one contenders after this is their first time tagging together. It was absolutely an incredible showing from them, and I'm glad that both Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler are finally getting opportunities that they deserved, and so they are new number one contenders. So when we flip the notebook around, then when we came back, we seen Sasha Banks in her return match in over 4 months against Natalya. Of course, we know Natalya and Sasha Banks are great in-ring competitors, and they're great competitors overall. But I think Sasha Banks had the upper hand due to Natalya's injury in her shoulder or her arm. I do not know which one it was. I think it was her elbow, like this side of her arm, because that's what was taped up. But Sasha Banks had Natalya like this with the bank statement, and so Natalya, of course, had to tap out. So Sasha Banks won her first match back, and then she attacked Natalya after the match. I don't really care for Sasha Banks. I never really cared for her originally. Now that she's coming back after you were mad about your placement in the WWE, would you rather be on main event like Dana Brooke and Sarah Logan? Like, you had a championship match. You were the first ever, well, technically not the first ever, but the first, in WWE's mind, the first ever women's tag team champions. You are a 4-time Raw Women's Champion, NXT Women's Champion, and you're really complaining about that. So I just really am never going to get on her side ever. So don't expect me to be a Sasha Banks fan in the near future. Next up, we've seen Cedric Alexander and Cesaro. This was actually a pretty good match. We've seen Cesaro get a lot of offense, and Cedric get a lot of offense, so it wasn't really a one-sided match. And the surprising end to this was Cedric Alexander actually got Cesaro up to put him in the lumbar check, and Cedric Alexander did end up winning, but he has an injury on his left. Yeah, it was the left leg, I think. So I wonder how that is going to play a factor in his match next week against Baron Corbin in the quarterfinals match in the King of the Ring tournament. next up, we got to our main event. It is going to be Braun Strowman against AJ Styles for the United States Championship. Braun Strowman could be a double champion. Currently, he is the one half of the tag team champions with Seth Rollins, who is also the Universal Champion. And the OC and Seth Rollins were both banned from ringside. Then we seen the referee get knocked out of the ring, so the OC started to come out and started beating up Braun. And then AJ Styles did like a Eddie Guerrero move and throw the chair at Braun Strowman and kinda laid on the floor like he got hit by the chair. So then the referee called a disqualification on Braun Strowman, and so the match ended in disqualification. So that was the review for Monday Night Raw. It was kind of a good Monday Night Raw. I wouldn't say it was horrible. I wouldn't say it was great though. But it was kind of a meh Monday Night Raw. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So that was the video for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I wonder how SmackDown Live is going to do tonight with the rest of the King of the Ring tournament. And I wonder what is going to happen with Roman Reigns, Rowan, and Daniel Bryan. Well, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, champs.